Alright, one of the things that I really like about the shepherds is their intelligence and the problem solving abilities that they have and just the general quirks that it develops. Herman's come up with a good one for me, and I thought I had it solved, and he showed that he's still doing it. Anyways, what he's doing is the breech strap is a piece of the harness that goes under the tail, and it gives the dogs the ability to stop the cart. They're able to put pressure back on it, and they can slow up the cart, and they can control the speed of the cart. Well, Herman's figured out that if he leans back into it a bit, then he can kind of take a break. He can not necessarily rest and relax, but basically it makes Hilda pull him, the cart, and me. So it's not a good thing. So him and I have talked about it, and he says, yeah, but I don't want a break. So we'd went into town, and it's a 4-mile run into town, and we stopped at the park, and his lines had looked pretty good. He looked like he was doing his fair share and everything, but when I let him when I unhooked him and everything to go for a run, he had way too much energy. He's bouncing around having a good old time, and that's not a bad thing, but Hilda was more like, yeah, you've been slacking off. So on the way home, once we got back onto the gravel roads and everything, I unhooked Hilda. Yeah, the temper tantrum he threw was pretty impressive. But basically, I let her free range, and I made him pull me in the cart by himself. And that's what you're watching here in this video, is just him not necessarily being punished, but the consequences of his actions type thing. And he's smart enough to where problem solving and everything, he figured it out. He got it all figured out, and when I hooked her back up in with him to finish the run, they kept going in step. He was willing to do his fair share, and he wasn't having to make his sister do all the extra work. So just kind of a funny little tidbit on the things that go through their mind and the situations they come up with.